Kindergarten Dolphins, let's begin today with some calendar. So we're going to begin with looking at the date. Yesterday's date was the 8th. Yesterday was the 8th day of the month. Now we need to think about one number more than 8. If yesterday's date was the 8th, what is one more than 8? That's right, it's 9. So today is the 9th of the month. And what month is it? Let's sing our months of the year song to help us remember. January, February, March, and April, May, June, July, and August, September, October, November, December. These are the months of the year. Well, we know that we're done with January, so now we're on to the second month of the year. Remember, here's all our months, and we finished the first one. We're on the second one, and it is February. Very good. February 9th, 2021. Let's think about how we're going to write that date. So we start with the month name, February. Then we need to write what date it is. How many days have we had in this month? That's what the date means. Today is the 9th day of the month, so it's February 9th, 2021. We can also use our numbers and start with a 2 because it's the second month of the year, a 9 because it's the 9th day of the month, and a 21 to show that it's 2021. Wonderful job. Let's move on to our days of the week. Okay, let's begin with our days of the week song. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the days of the week. Okay, so what do we think? What day of the week is it today? Well, yesterday was Monday, so that means today is Tuesday. Very good. So I'm going to add that yesterday was Monday. And then I'm going to circle my Tuesday, which begins with that letter T sound, just like tick, tack, and talk. And I'm going to write Tuesday for today is, which another T word, today. And another T word, tomorrow. What will tomorrow be? If today is Tuesday, tomorrow will be Wednesday. Very good. Tomorrow will be Wednesday. So I'm going to add Wednesday there. And now we know about our days of the week. Let's move on to our weather report. Let's begin with our song. What's the weather? What's the weather? What's the weather like today? Tell me, kinder, what's the weather? What's the weather like today? Well, today it looks like it's partly sunny. I see some sun, but also some clouds. So I'm going to circle my sun with my clouds. If you want to circle your sun and your clouds on your calendar mat, that works too. And it feels pretty cold outside. Not super cold, but pretty cold. Not quite warm or hot like it's been. So now we're ready to move on to our place value review and letter of the day. For this, make sure you have your ice cream lines and your 10 frame mat so we can review together. What's it gonna be? Okay, so we have number 13 and letter Q. That's a new one we haven't done yet. So let's get right to it. Begin with number 13. So the first thing I'm gonna do is write it down at the bottom here. And notice I have my tens place and my ones place labeled. Remember that the part in front, that number in the front, that's the tens place. And the tens place tells us how many groups of 10 we have. Now I see a 1 here, so what do I need to do? I need to create one group of 10. How do I do that on my 10 frame? I fill in all of my frames, and today I'm going to fill them in with hearts because we are coming up to Valentine's Day. So I'm going to draw hearts to show one big group of 10 here in my 10 frames. And there's my group of 10. Am I done? No, I'm not done. Why not? Well, I only did my tens place. I need to look at my ones place now. What do I have in my ones place? A 3. that tells me that the number 13 is built with a group of 10 plus 3 ones. So I need to add 3 more here. I'm going to draw 3 little hearts all by themselves. 1, 2, and 3. So now I have 10 and 3, a group of 10 and 3 more, and that makes 13. Great job. We'll keep practicing that. It's a tough one, but I know we can do it. Let's move on to our letter Q. All right, so letter Q is made with curvy lines and straight lines. When we write letter Q, uppercase Q, we're going to be using like an uppercase O with a straight line. Let me show you. So I'm going to start by making a big round, basically like letter O, from my strawberry line all the way down to my chocolate line. Big round letter. Now I'm going to make a little slanted line kind of from by the vanilla line down to the chocolate line. Just like that. Let me show you again. Big round letter O. Now notice my slanted line is moving away to the right side, moving away from my ice cream cone to the right side. It's slanting out to the right, just like that. Now lowercase q also kind of uses curvy lines and straight lines. We start by making almost like a lowercase o, a round shape between the vanilla line and the chocolate line, just like that. But now I'm going to make a straight line down, and then I'm going to curve back up like this. So I'm making almost like a letter O, straight line down, then curve back up. And my curve back up is almost like a little hook, kind of like when we make a hook for a J, but it goes the opposite direction. So when we make a hook for a J or a G, it faces our ice cream cones on this side, the left side. Our hook this time goes to the right, just like that slanted line. So let me show you again. And I'm doing it without lifting up my pen. I make a round circle, then I go down, curve up to the right. Round circle, go down, curve up to the right. And one more. Round circle, go down, curve up to the right. And that is how we make lowercase q. Now q makes the qu, qu, qu sound, kind of like a queen. Queen. That is something that starts with letter Q. So I'm going to draw a queen in her crown here. And that is going to be my letter Q picture. Is my queen, which begins with the qu, qu sound, like letter Q. Very good. I hope that you all were able to practice your letter and your place value practice of the day. We're going to move on now to our journal. So this week for journal entries, we're going to be starting to talk about Valentine's Day. Next week on Sunday, so this weekend on Sunday, we're celebrating the holiday of Valentine's Day. Now, we talked last Thursday about how this is actually a feast day of a saint. We're not going to learn about that saint today, but I do want to talk a little bit about what Valentine's Day celebrates, and that is love. So today, I want to know, what do you think love is? What is love to you? So our journal prompt is going to start with love is, and this is your word love, L-O-V-E. And there's your memory word is, which we all know how to write and read. Love is. What is love to you? We're going to read a little story about what a little girl thinks love is, and maybe that will help you jog your memory a little bit or think a little bit about what you think love is. So let's hear our story. It is called Love Is, and then I'll give you some ideas for your journal. It's our story, Love Is. This story is written by Diane Adams and illustrated by Claire Keene. Remember, that's the author and is the person who writes it. The illustrator is the person who draws the pictures. Love is holding something fragile, tiny wings and downy head. Fragile means it could break easily. And I see in this picture, a little girl is holding a little baby duckling that walked out of the park. Love is noisy midnight feedings, shoebox right beside the bed. So it looks like she tried to put her little ducky to sleep, and it's quack, 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 quacking all night. And so she's giving it food even in the middle of the night. She must feel really tired. It's peaceful sleeping, no more peeping, tucked in tightly, head to toes. Love is waking up together, side by side, beak to nose. Oh, so the poor ducky wasn't liking its little box. So she brought it in to snuggle with her, and now they're waking up. It's early mornings, messy bath times, tidying up and settling down. So doing all the things that you would do in your day together. Eating breakfast, trying to wash up, making messes, and then resting. Love is in familiar voices, feeling lost and being found. It's in the struggles, growing muscles. So here, what are they playing? A little game of hide and seek. And now she's teaching that ducky to walk up the big stairs. Ready for a bigger pond. The duck is growing up. It's not a little duckling anymore. It's ready to fly away to bigger ponds. It's sensing when the time is right to lift those wings and to travel on. So now the ducky's all grown up, and it sees a lot of other ducks flying outside. Do you think that the duck wants to stay inside? Probably not. It probably wants to go be like the other ducks and fly away and go into the big ponds. Do you think that the girl wants to give her ducky away? Let him go be free? It might make her sad, but it's probably the right thing to do. And when you have love for something like she has for her ducky, you have to do what's right for that thing, even if it's hard for you. So let's see what she decides to do. Love is nudging gently, tugging, coaxing baby from the nest. It's getting to the edge and hoping, letting nature do the rest. So she brought the ducky out, and he might feel a little bit nervous. He's lived inside her house this whole time. He doesn't know how to be a duck like the rest of them. But she's hoping that he will learn, because that's what ducks do. They go out and they swim in the pond and they fly around. Love is missing, reminiscing, wishing things could stay the same. Reminiscing, that's a big fancy word for thinking about the past. So she's thinking about when she and Ducky were playing together in her house, and she's missing Ducky, wishing that he could have stayed little. It's understanding even ducklings, like the seasons, have to change. So now it looks like it's not cold outside and snowy outside anymore. Looks like it's springtime. And things are always changing like the seasons. And the duckling was tiny, but then it grew up to be a bigger duck. And Love is also watching, waving, wondering if Love remembers you. And knowing in a happy instant that Love has lasted. Wow, so she went to the park and she saw the duck and he remembered her. And grown some too. And the duck grew up and had its own little ducklings, and now they can all play together. That was a really nice story. We saw a lot of examples of how the girl and the duckling were showing love in that story. At one part of the story, it was taking care of the duckling. That's how the girl was feeling love and showing love. But then later in the story, the girl felt love when she missed her duckling. And then even later in the story, she felt love when she saw the duckling again, and when she got to play with the duckling and visit the duck. So there were a lot of examples of what love is. What do you think love is? Maybe for you, love is something that you feel with your family. Maybe it's something you feel when you do your favorite things, like play different sports or play your favorite games. Maybe you feel love when you are listening to your favorite music. Maybe it's when you eat your favorite foods that somebody at home made for you, or you go to your favorite restaurant. There are lots of times when we can feel love. Sometimes we feel love when we see a beautiful sunset or sunrise or the ocean. There are lots of different ways that we can feel that feeling. I want to know, what do you think love is? So we just went over a few examples. If you need some ideas, you can also look through your word wall book. You can talk to a grown-up at home. But let's try and sound out our words, okay? I know that we've all been doing a really great job of this, and I saw yesterday in morning meeting, everybody is doing so well with their journals. I was really, really impressed yesterday at how independent and responsible we were for our own work. So let's keep that up, okay, kindergartners? All right, next up we have our awards. Let's begin with our awards. Our first award today is the Smarty Ant Award. And today's Smarty Ant Award is going to Sandsters. Miss Sandy, I heard you reading Big Yak, and it sounded so good. I could tell that you were trying to read with expression and understand what was going on in the story. That was so awesome. Keep up the great work, Sandsters. You did such a great job. This one's for you. Woohoo! Next award is the Redbird Award, and today it is going to Andre. Andre, I saw that you were making some word problems. You were hearing the word problem and then making pictures that matched to it. That was so cool. And I watched you get it right when you were doing it. That was awesome, buddy. Keep up the great work. This one's for you. Woohoo! Saw that you were doing some hidden partners up to 10. That was so awesome, buddy. You are getting the Dream Box Award today. So keep up the great work. This one's for you. All right, well, congratulations to our winners. Remember, if you do all your platforms every single day, then I'm going to put your name into a jar and I'm going to draw out our next C-Star of the Week, okay? Remember, this week's C-Star of the Week is Harley. We'll get a new C-Star of the Week next week, and I'm going to be looking for who does their platforms every day. That's how I'm going to pick who our C-Star of the Week is. All right, kindergartners, good luck with everything today. I'll see you later.